Sankhya is one of the first systems which basically talks about creation or manifestation. What does it say? It says that two principles, Purusha and Prakriti, were unmanifest. The manifestation had not happened, the creation had not happened. They were in a state where you can say they were beyond space, time, and causation. Prakriti has three modes, or three qualities, or three gunas. All these three gunas that are equal in nature were at rest. When Purush came in contact with Prakriti, this equilibrium got disturbed. And when this equilibrium got disturbed, manifestation began through the concentration of Sattva. The cosmic intelligent principle called Mahat was born or came into existence. This Mahat is manifested in an individual, in a human being, as Buddhi. So Buddhi in every human being is constituted by Sattva. From Sattva, through the concentration of Rajas, Ahankar was born. The principle of self, individual self, or the ego principle. Now, from Ahankar on one side, through the concentration of Sattva again, Manas, Gyanendriyas, and Karmendriyas were born on one side, and through the concentration of Tamas on the other side, Tanmatras and Mahabhutas came into existence. So this is how, the cosmos came into existence. Now, when you look at the sequence of things, it is not that Rajas is born out of Sattva and Tamas is born out of Rajas. That is not the sequence that you get. What you get is that these important principles or these three important qualities, they interacted with one another and gave birth to different entities within the universe. And there's a very important ancient principle that we have, which is that every microcosm has the macrocosm in it. So whatever is there in the cosmos is present in every microcosm, including us. So all these three modes or all these three gunas, they are basically in flux. They are in flux and they have created different aspects of our being, and most certainly our psychological being. What Sri Aurobindo says, and this is an ancient principle, that the predominance of a particular guna, that basically gives a distinct swadharma or swabhav to an individual. So if there is predominance of sattva within an individual, the individual will be normally inclined, naturally inclined to pursue knowledge, calmness, peace, harmony, and so on and so forth. This individual will want to figure out the ultimate secrets of existence. At some point in time, he or she will go in search of the ultimate, which in our tradition is enunciated by Brahma. Because this individual is going to go after Brahma, because this individual is going to become interested in knowing the secrets of Brahma, this individual is a Brahman. Now, what is the next principle? The next principle is Rajas. And as I told you earlier, it's not that only one of the gunas is present in an individual. All the three gunas are present. It's just that predominance of a particular guna, it gives a certain psychological attribute to an individual. So the person who has the predominance of Rajas in him or her is basically going to seek power. Will be an individual who will be interested in dominating others. Will be an individual who will be interested in matters of governance and politics. Will be an individual who will be warrior-like. In the traditional scheme of things, this individual was Kshatriya. Similarly, if there was combination of Rajas and Tamas within an individual, and what does Tamas do? When there is predominance of Tamas within an individual, it is found that the individual will neither seek knowledge nor will be dynamic in orientation. The individual will be prone to inertia, laziness, and sloth. We don't need to have any judgment about this. This is the nature of reality. And if there's a combination of Rajas and Tamas within an individual, that individual will have the propensity or tendency to seek wealth. That individual will not be interested in seeking knowledge or a career in which governance and politics are involved. That is not what is going to inspire the individual to act. It will basically be the seeking of wealth. This category of people were called as Vaishya. And in an individual who had the predominance of Tamas, he or she was designated by the name Shudra. So this is how, the system was conceptualized, and it was very psychological when it was put into existence. And there is profound psychological truth behind it. And this psychological truth also comes from what you find in the Vedas, where it is mandated that every dharma should be aligned with Rita. If Rita and dharma are aligned, then the universe flows properly. Everything flows. I'm sure some of you would be familiar with this term, the Tao, the Chinese Tao. The flow of things.